Welcome back YouTube to today's episode, fitting a pin code lock. If that sounds like something you'd love, stick around, consider hitting subscribe, smash the like button, and I hope you guys enjoy. And also, I like to do riddles. Riddles like, what's white and sticky and better to spit than swallow? Get your mind out the gutter, because the answer's toothpaste. If you like riddles like that, I'll give away another one at the end. Today's episode, I'm going to teach you all about fitting the pin code locks and the fact that it doesn't matter the actual format of the numbers. All that matters is that you punch in those numbers in whatever order you like. Yeah, it's cold outside today, guys, so I've been at home today. So I'm only editing this video on Wednesday the 20th of November. I've been waiting for my materials to turn up on my carport job, which will come up in a couple of months. And yeah, it's cold out, so I've stayed in. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are warm at home too. See you at the end. Where are we, guys? Can we see? No, we can't. Can we see there? Kind of. Let me adjust you. Is that better? I think that's better. Let's... It doesn't work, does it? Because then you want to fall that way. So you've kind of got to be there. Right, come with me, guys. You can't see anything. I need to go get more light. Welcome back, YouTube, to an episode where I'm going to teach you how to fit these pin code locks on your doors where maybe you've got stock, or your garden shed, or for whatever reason you want to keep someone out unless they know the code. So let's get into this and open the box. Instructions. That's the first thing we throw away because you're watching my video. You're here to learn from me. Right, these are your rubbers. One goes on one side of the door, the other goes on the other, and that's the little letter boxes at the bottom where it goes through. Very, very neatly packaged, I will say. It was nearly £30, so it wants to be rather good. Okay, that's those sort of things. Push this back. Spare bits. More spare bits. Right, guys, you might see these in the box. These are like the keys that punch the numbers in, and I'll go through with you how we change the pin code. Here we go. Here's something big. So this goes on the back. That's the back handle. Just tells you whether you can come in or out. Right, that's that. This is going to be the barrel, most likely. The cylinder, the barrel. Yeah, bosh. This is what actually locks. And here we have the magnificent thumb turn thing and the keypad. And in the box, I'll let you know this first of all, until I've changed the code. C2367. Well, how about X? Sorry. So C is just because you need to cancel. So you don't actually need to listen to C, although it's good practice to punch C first. The code is actually, let's do it backwards because I'm going to show you something. 6, 7, 6, and there's a 2 in there, and there's a 3, and there's an X. Why does that not work? Clear. Make sure I'm reading that correctly. C. So if I do 7, 6, 2, 3, and an X. See how that works? Even though the code is actually 2, 3, 6, 7, X. Once I clear it, if I do 7, 3, 2, 6, X, opens. Clear. If I do X, 6, 2, 3, 7, works. You can punch those numbers in any order. You just need to punch those numbers in. But we're not here to teach you how to cheat. But just so you're aware, as long as you remember a pattern, you'll be fine. So we need to change this to the customer's one. So on the back here, the 2 brass screws, don't touch any of the other ones. And lay this down because this will want to spring out. Unslacken both off gently. Right, there we go. So as I've undone them, these 2 tiny little copper screws, I'm holding my thumb on the back and I'm keeping it vertical because I don't want to play around. Now the springs will stay on that as long as you don't mess around with that too much. Now, tweezers. All I do is remove the pins. Look, I'll show you. I've got to be careful here. Can you see the different colours? I don't know whether the camera's going to pick that up. I'll see if I can zoom that in. But basically the copper ones highlight the ones that are going to work, and the silver ones are dummies. They're blanks. And all I do is fish them out, keep them the same way. Come on. There we go, that's that one in there. And while you're doing this, don't punch any of the numbers as it's in your hand, because you'll punch them all out and it'll be a big mess. Nearly done here. Bosh. So there's that. That is the new keypad, the key pin. We then pick this up, get that sat on there nice and flat, push that down with your thumb. Don't press any of these. With your fingers or with something gentle, ideally a screwdriver, just start that one off. So look, that's nipped, and then just start this one off. No excuses, right? But from this tiny little button at the top, I can control this combi drill, impact drill. For those of you that are watching, this drill is the DTD 172 from Makita with 4 different torque settings. Back to the full speed. So now let's practice this. Working perfectly. So now I need to set this up on the door, don't I? Right, and because I'm lower this side, I'm going to be conscious of where I'm putting this. Right, so I have a mark. I have my mark right here. It's about 120, 130 mil above the handle. Almost central, if I'm honest. I now need to transfer that mark around. Can you guys see that? Let's see if that's going to help you guys see. So I've got that mark there. Right, that's that. I now need to cut out for this, basically. So to do that, we're going to go back over here to my box. Right then, so now when it comes to cutting out this barrel, I will just simply get my new E-Bauer flat bits from Screwfix. Shout out to them. Very smart. And that is going to have to be, I'm going to have to gauge it by the faceplate. Oh, I bet you if I go one more, that'll damage everything. We're going to run some risks today, and I'm going to show you what could go wrong if this goes wrong. So I'm double checking. That is pretty much the same size as my faceplate. Some people are good at this and they run with this. I don't like to do this because sometimes it rounds out a little bit bigger than say a 25, and if that ends up 26, there's no margin for error. But we're going to try it, and we're going to highlight what happens if it goes wrong. I much prefer running a smaller size and then pairing out, but this is actually cylinder shaped, so there's not really any point in me doing that. Whereas normally you would have like a rectangular lock or latch. There's the shunter. Now let's gently drill this out. Problem number one. This door has a lock stop. I can't see because it's planed. Well, there was a lock stop there, but I guess it stops. It literally stops about there. Right, so that's that. Now that I know that, people don't like it when you do this, but look, I'm going to peel. Can you guys see from over there? Just about. Let me get you closer. How's that? Is that better to see? Yeah, I think it's better to see. What if I put more light over here on the situation? It's a bit of a whitewash from that end, but we'll have to roll with that. We can't be beggars. We can't be choosers. We're beggars. Right, so I peel this off. And now because there's barely any rattle to that, yeah, this might show. There's that. I'm now going to use my cool new hex drill bits that I also got from Screwfix. They're a Milwaukee brand. They're like a hex drill bit. And they can just go in this. That's too big. So I'm using a small little 2, because all I want to do is pilot for these screws. And then I can quickly change back to my hex bit. And now then in reverse. So I'm going to show you what can happen, but we're going to do something to correct it. So this can happen. You see how my hole is just that side, even though I've gone in the centre. I've put that line there, I've drilled on that line, I've screwed into that line, and it's off centre. We are now going to have to try and shift that over. Right guys, the way I'm going to get over this is I've slackened off my screws, I've put it in the right way, I'm pushing the latch hard over that way, but still in its screw slots, and it just covers. I'm just going to, hopefully. So, whilst just pushing that over, I'm knifing out the right side of the hole, hopefully. And to really help you guys out, to show you that it can be done, I'm going to do everything today by hand. When I say by hand, I mean hammer and chisel, and not with my router and battery stuff. So let's find these marks. Gently cutting this out. As a DIYer, you perhaps be careful what way round you put your chisel. So like that. So you don't really want to use a chisel. You want to wedge the door with something. Just get that like that and wedge it. And then the door can't move. There's another little top tip. So you're not going out spending money on stuff just to prepare in, to like chisel in a face. If you like what you see, guys, make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell so you stay tuned for uploads on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And sometimes on my other channel, if you check out my bio, you'll find all my Discord and other channels and different things. I'm not a very good salesman with that, but yeah, if you check that out, you might find something else you might like. Real careful in these corners, guys. It's just take little by little. Try and gauge it by looking at the depth on your keep. And you could, I tell you what, you could even do this. Push this in here like this. Just think to yourself, no, miles deeper. Nowhere near deep enough. And that's upside down. Do not put that in upside down. I'll go over that in a minute. Jesus, you will have a long day if you put that in upside down. You could have a long day locked in a room, or you could have a long day locked out of a room. That depends on what side of the door you were stood when you shut it. If you put that latch in the wrong way around, comment below, apprentices or DIYs, if you've ever put a latch in the wrong way around. Maybe I'll do a video on what you can do to get out of a situation like that. One or two things. Call someone and plan an escape, or start damaging stuff. So the chances, if you swing good doors, your chances of getting out of that room are slim. If that door's tight, you ain't getting anything down the side of that latch, that barrel, that keep, that faceplate, and you ain't getting out politely. So do not, always before you shut doors, check your handle works. I'm a waffling. I'm a waffling. I don't know when this video is coming out, but I can tell you today is Thursday, the 10th of October at 11:52. I should probably start saying, hope you guys are set for Christmas, or hope you guys enjoyed fireworks night, bonfire night, because I am a long way ahead of you guys with videos and content. I could, if I had the time, release videos every day because I film every day. I just select what content I videoed and what content is good and what's new and what's refreshing of what I've put out. So, yeah, I always like to teach, and I equally like to learn new things. I've got to get better at not talking over my working. I've got to get better at looking at the camera, looking at you guys. Hello, yeah, I see you, yeah. Sat in your front room, sat at your computer. Got to get better at speaking to the camera and taking my eyes off the prize. Right. Slow and steady wins the race. There's no prizes for messing it up. Right. Little tip as well. You guys join me here. Right. When you're looking at this, if this is not quite flush, yeah, when you push that in and it's not quite flush, don't worry about it. It's those little screws that pull it in are far stronger than your hands. That will sink in and that will be fine. Now, can you see just there where the hole is? And just there, it's very minute, very, very minute. And I'm being very picky, but you can just see where that rounds into there, where it just rounds into there. Or at least I can, because I know where it is, because I bloody done it. Right, next. Right, so up next, doesn't really matter whether you use a sliding square like this and you just find the center of where that hole is, or if you just get your tape out and just go mark.
Can I go to the fridge?
You can, 2 seconds.
I can.
Right then, so, sorry, someone just come in the room, so I had to let them in. I'm going to make that mark there, make sure that is extended to there, and we're going to make a mark on this side so we can hit that. And as much as that's our little letterbox, and as much as all we're pushing through is that, there's no odds whether you go bigger. So this is what I do. I'm just going to use this new 18mm Erbauer, whatever you call it. But yeah, look, as long as you're no bigger than that, which you'd have to be ridiculously big, you'd be fine. Right, so now that that is that way, make sure, and yeah, that is the way that that's going to latch. I'm going to push that back in there. Just check before you move forward. Oh, lovely. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, always just check. Yeah, always just check that that's all lined up and hunky-dory. You can now go ahead and screw your faceplate in. Right, so basically now this little key, even though it's loose, that is what you then end up turning on your little thumb turn to close and open this door. So now that that's all set up and that your keypad's all set up, thought I'd lost the keypad then. Right, that, almost there but not quite there just yet. So take your keypad face down in your palm, put your rubber over the back and it'll It's got like a rubber, it goes all the way around this, because it could be weatherproofing and be outside, and it just wants to stop dust and debris and all the water and crap going in the back. I put my keys in this way so that they are stuck on the outside. Right, now here's the important part. Make sure that that key is like a seesaw. When that goes through your door, you don't want your key to be turning like that. You need to lift your heavy block this side and upright. I'll show you. Let me just show you. Just see what I mean, guys. You need to put that on there, then you just need to lift and make sure that that is then square when that goes through. You don't want that on an angle in any way or shape or form. Wait for the disco to end. This is the indication that also my e-bower light is about to pack up. Just dim it down a touch. Right, I am now also going to, using that same centre that I done my key with, and I've got my back to you and I've blocked it, and I've absolutely blocked it. I thought I was going to get a nice little seat there, and I've blocked your view. Sorry. Right, like that. Centre that. The same on this side. This gym lock. Oh, they're noisy with their music. Banging weights. Right, now I'm going to take my tape measure and measure this. If I put that on 100. Right. Right, so is what I do when I say I put that on 100. I put that on 10 centimetres. I, just with a pencil, mark the centre of that. I mark the centre of that, and then I flip that to what I need on here. So if I centre that with that line there, and then make that there, and then make that mark there. And let me just do it the same on this side. In fact, come with me and you'll see it better on this side, I think. So if I sit you guys there, right? So if I find that centre line that I already put on there, find that 16 there, and then I mark 100, and I mark just under 2, 3, then I pair them across, and I've got my centre line, and now I know my bolt positions and bolt holes. So now I take them square, extend it, one's going there, and the other one's going here. Right then, I need to drill these out, but I also need to consider my bolts that are bolting through. So it's going to be somewhere like there. So that is 5 back. Right guys, we're here to drill through, and again, I'm using a Milwaukee 6mm here. Again with a hex, quick snappy hex. You don't have to, you use a normal drill bit, but this is what I'm using. They were very good. And yeah, I'm using a 6mm. There's no prizes for being tight and neat when you're never going to see this. Be very tight and neat on your faceplate, but behind that big keypad, no one cares. Only you, if you care. No one else ever sees it. There you go. Now that should help me be perfectly square where I've drilled through, because I squared it round. Now because I squared that round, guys, that should mean that both holes on both sides are perfectly true and I'm bolting through square, which should then also help hold my pin code lock square. Life's a good one. We just need to go cut them bolts. Be right back. So now we've cut our bolts, we're ready to bolt through. What a pain in the arse these little keep things are, but there you go. That's there. And if that now also does that. So now we need to come along here, and look, I've just started. I've nearly done it without you guys. I've just marked where that's hitting, and where I now need to put my keep. And now I need to, where is the bits? Here they are. And I'm terrible for this. I leave stuff laying around all the time. Get this. This is what we need. Right, guys, I don't know how well this is going to come out. It's a bit of an awkward one. Right, there's 2 ways of doing this, working out where your keep's going to go. So, easiest way for you guys as DIYers, as newbies, as learners, as beginners, or maybe you've done a few, but the easiest and simplest way is to measure this and transfer it. And then basically once you've got that, that should then transfer to that. That's what you should then see. And then there's a second way. You can take your keep, you can place it on there, and once that's on there, pencil this edge of the door down there. I'll try and do it. Right guys, instead of struggling holding the camera, I've managed to set that up next to me, or this is way number 2. Place this over this, hold the door, and then all I'm doing is where this edge comes down, I mark this back, because it's the back we look at when we hold it up. You see that? Don't know if that shows up. There you go. We mark that. Untie you guys from this, and then you'll see that then when I hold that on that mark, like that, so that's where that wants to be. There we go. Right, I hope this comes out all right. Right, so now that I've held that faceplate on there, I mark my little holes, and I'm just using a little 2mm drill bit with a Milwaukee hex snap. Lovely. And then, guys, is what I can do. Swap back over to my normal thing here with my non-magnetic screws, and I just screw my faceplate in. Lovely. And then take our knife, while this is on backwards, because if it was the other way, it'd try and wrap the tongue around the front. While that's on there backwards, we can just knife around the edge. Try not to block the camera, guys. Be very, very gentle. Try and do this with one hand if you're new. Just try and like rest your hand somewhere and just gently pull. Don't ever start holding things. Always keep this hand on top for safety if you're going to use two hands. It's annoying if you slip, but don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Sand, bit of paint, you'll never know. Right, these bits here at the front are going to be prone to splitting out. I can feel it because they're not leaving a lot of meat left on that wood. Right, knifed around it, back this out, and then again by hand, because I'm going to show you how easy this is to do by hand. I'm not using all my fancy little tools today. Punch, and then up here, punch, punch. Remember guys, once you've taken it off, it's not going back on. So go gentle, and you can always take away more if you've not gone enough. But once you've gone too far, can't add it back. And then just test it, gently just test it. And now because you've chiseled all that faceplate out and you've lost your actual marks where your like hole is, mark that all up, go find a drill bit. So I'm going to go for this 16 flat bit E-bower, and I'm going to put one at the bottom like yay, and just one at the top, because then all I have to do is pare out the middle. Now this is called paring. It's like when you like butter, when you go down the grain and like square and true things off and just take a flies, you know, fag paper. Take a fag paper off. Just like how a pear's soft, you just gently scoring down the edges to round it off. Now, moment of truth. Not quite moment of, yeah, moment of truth. We've put that, no we haven't, it's there. What am I talking about? Right, I've got the two screws here. What have I done with the keep? What have I done with the actual face? How have I put the face down? Oh, it's over here. If I didn't have like the jaw and the ears and the brain sort of connected through this here, I'd probably lose my head. I put stuff down every day, all the time, and I ain't got a clue where I put it. For at least 30 minutes after a sponsored walk around the premises, after a treasure hunt around the van. Right, that's that. Now, do I want to be this side or that side? I'm going to be brave. So look at that. That just goes push, then that is it. Unless I go like that and let someone in, nobody come in. And that, guys, if you like that, smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Uploads on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And turn on the little bell notification so you get notifications when I go live. And drop a comment below for what you want to see me do next in upcoming videos. And give me some ideas, what you want to learn. Carpentry is my trade, but I can almost teach you anything around the house. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace. Bye-bye. End of today's episode, fitting this pin code lock. Hope you guys have had an awesome week. Comment below what you've been doing for the week, and any videos that you'd love to see, comment below and give me some ideas. I'm going to very shortly. I've been organising the workshop. I'm not down there today because it's too cold, but it's going to get warmer in there. We've been doing some bits to get it out a bit. I'm waffling. So yeah, if there's anything you'd love to see on the channel, love to learn to do, comment below what you'd love to learn. Don't forget to check out the socials on my header, all free, and it will forever remain free. You're here for a riddle. Let's run today's riddle. So it doesn't matter what room we're in, you can always spread me, what am I? If you think you know the answer, comment below. And if you need more time, pause the video. So the answer to doesn't matter what room we're in, you can always spread me, what am I? The answer you was looking for is butter. If you like that riddle, smash the like button and consider subscribing, guys. I'm not sure what I'm going to edit next. I want to start getting you guys involved in what you want to see next, but I need some ideas on how I can do that. I have the Discord, and I'm going to start asking around in the Discord. I'm going to say, Bosh, here's the folder of videos I've got, because I've literally, what I'm playing you now, I was doing in August, and it's now nearly the end. It's coming up to the end of November. So you can imagine how much content I've got in between all of this. It's I kind of try and do it in order, but at the same time I don't want to bore you, because I've got a lot of kitchen fitting stuff in there, and yeah, I'm not going to play you guys that. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. I'm Charlie. This is CB Carpentry. Thanks for watching. Peace. Bye bye.